Missing a payment on your credit card or any form of finance agreement isn't an ideal situation. And if you have missed a payment, you may be wondering what the consequences are. If you do, you should expect to receive a default notice. In this video, we'll break down what defaulting could mean for your credit rating and what steps you can take to improve your credit score. Now, before we look at the consequences, let's break down what it actually means. A default is essentially a notice from a lender that you've missed payments. It's not just a slap on the wrist, it's a formal procedure under the 1974 Consumer Credit Act. When a default notice is issued, you will be given a period, usually 14 days, to cure it. If you are unable to, the default will stay on your credit file for 6 years, starting from the date it was issued, even if you clear the debt later on. So, as you might imagine, a default is going to make your credit score take a nosedive in the wrong direction. The exact impact depends on a few factors, like your initial credit score and the size of your debt. But whatever your circumstances, it will have a significant effect. Having a default on your credit file isn't going to make borrowing money impossible per se. In fact, you may still be able to get credit, but there is a catch. Lenders will see you as high risk. This means you might face higher interest rates or be limited to specialist lenders. Nevertheless, there are a few things you can do to improve your financial position. First, check if the default is correct. If it's not, you can dispute it. If it is correct, consider adding a notice of correction to explain any extenuating circumstances. If you can, repay the debt. This will mark the default as satisfied on your report. And remember, time is your friend. As the years pass, the impact of the default will lessen. It's also worth taking the initiative to improve your score to mitigate the overall impact of the default and therefore improve your ability to borrow money. Here are some ways to improve your credit score. Always make repayments on time. Use less than 25% of your available credit. Avoid taking cash out on credit cards. Use free eligibility checkers instead of making multiple credit applications. Consider a credit builder card, but only if you can clear it each month. And don't forget to register on the electoral roll. Ultimately, receiving a default is never going to be a good thing. However, it's also not the end of the world, and with some patience and financial discipline, there's nothing stopping you from rebuilding your credit score. For more information on how a default affects your credit rating, just check out our article on the Afforda website